Hello everyone, this is your English teacher Hassan, and today we are going to learn the second part of reported speech. Today we will learn how to report questions. Now at the previous time, we talked about reporting reporting statements, and we said that we change the tense, we change pronoun, we change the time expression and or the place expression. Today we are going to learn how to report questions. So let's start. Okay, look at here. We have a PowerPoint with Harry Potter. Do you like Harry Potter? Okay. Now let's study these examples. Now here, the first question here is, do you trust me, Harry? Asked Hermione. For those who don't know Hermione is a girl, okay? And I think that she is the close friend of Harry. Do you trust me? He asked. Okay. She asked. Now the second question here in the black one is the yes or no question, and the second part here, or the second type, is WH question. So how many type of questions do we have? We have two types. Okay. Now as you can see there are some changes we have already mentioned when studying reporting statements. I told you before, we change the personal pronouns, we change possessive adjectives and pronouns, and tenses, time adverbials. So there are some new one. Let's see here. Now reporting verbs used are mainly what? When we report verbs, or when we report, or the verbs that we use to report questions are ask, want, and wonder. Okay? Ask, want, and wonder. As I told you, we have two types of a question. Okay? The first one is yes or no questions. Yes or no questions, how can we know these type of questions? How can we realize this type of questions? The ones starting with an auxiliary or a modal verb. Auxiliary means is, are, was, were, have, has, had. These are auxiliaries, okay? Are the modal verbs will, would, can, could, shall, should. Those two types of helping verbs which we reply with yes or no answer. Okay, now the WH questions, the ones starting with a question word, okay, with the WH question word, such as what, when, where, why, how, etc. It is so easy. So we have two types, okay? The first one is WH question and yes or no question. Now let's start and dig deeply in yes or no questions. Now when we report these questions, we link two parts with F or with R. Let's explain this point. Now look here, look with me here. Harry asked Lupin, will George be okay? How many parts do we have in this sentence? Actually, we have two parts. The first one is Harry asked Lupin. This is the first part. And the second part is, will George be okay? This is the second part. Now we link, join, connect those two parts with the word F or whether. And the point here, or the question is, how do we start solving the sentence? First of all, this one is already will be written in the test. Harry asked Lupin will be written, okay? Deal? Okay. Now we start using F or whether. Here the writer used whether, okay? It's okay, you can use whether, you can use F, it's okay. Then I start with the subject. So whether George, you can notice here that in this question, the sentence starts with will. But when we report the question, we start with the subject, then we report the tense. The tense here, or the word that we are going to report, is will. Will is verb 1. Reporting is to change the tense for one step or to one step backward. So here will, okay, changes to what? To what? Whether or if George would be okay. Clear? Okay, the next one. Harry asked Ron, do girls normally wear pajamas? Okay. Harry asked Ron if girls normally wore pajamas. Can you notice what did we do here? Okay. First of all, this is the first part. This is the second part here. And we connected them using if or whether. Here we used whether. I'm sorry. It's okay. You can use whether or you can use if. So this part will be already written and the test. Then you have to write or start writing if or whether, then the subject, and the tense here is were. This is verb 1 and it changes to be wore. And you can notice something here. We have do, we have will. Those are auxiliaries, okay? The verb do or the verb be, the verb have, those are the auxiliaries. Okay, let's see what we have the next. WH questions. This is the second type of questions. We have the WH questions. Notice here, there are two parts are linked with the question word. Now, in yes or no questions, we connected the two parts with if or whether. But in WH questions, we connect the two parts with the word or the question word, okay? Let's study this example. Where are you? This is the first example. Where are you? Asked Ron. Okay, Ron asked them. This is the first part, and this part will be written in your test. Even in Al-Tawjihi exam, it will be also written, okay? This is what, let's define the type of the question here. We have yes or no question? No, because we have here WH word. This is a WH question. Okay, we start with the WH word, which is where, okay? Then we use the subject. Now here the subject is we, the pronoun is we, and it should be changed because where are we? Ron asked, okay? Ron asked his team, his group. Now we report what Ron asked by telling or by saying Ron asked whom? Ron asked we? No. Ron asked them. Ron asked them. Ron asked them. So this is the first change. We change the pronoun. Then we use the WH word to connect the two parts. We use the WH word here. Then we move to change the pronoun here from we to they, from we to from we to they. Then we report the tense. Are is verb 1. The past form is were. Excellent. Okay, look at this example. How does she know? Wondered Hermione. Hermione is a female. Okay, you know. Hermione is a female. Hermione wondered. She wondered. We start by writing or by using the WH question word, which is how. She, the subject. Then we report the tense here, know. It changed to knew. Okay, knew. Let's study the word order, okay? In reporting yes or no questions, this is the form, okay? We start with if or whether, then we write the subject, and you have to be careful because in some cases the subject will have a different form. Then we form or we report the verb. Now when we report the WH questions, we use WH word, then the subject here, then the verb, okay? And you notice that we don't use the interrogative form of the verb do and does or did, Okay, let's see what we have here. And also, this is a very important note: questions or question marks are not used. It is not allowed to use question marks. You have the question, then when you report the question, it is not allowed to use question marks, because you change the form of the question. You start with the subject. In this way, this is not a question. That's why we don't use question marks. Okay, let's see this sentence. Does it make a difference? Does it make a difference? Asked Hermione. Okay, now Hermione wanted to know, because this is a WH question. This is a WH question. We start with if or whether. This is the first step. Then we use the subject, at. If, at. Now, where is the tense? The tense here is does make. Does make is the tense. This is a present simple. Let's ignore does and focus on the verb make. Okay? Ignore does and focus on the verb make. Now, make is verb 1. It becomes or changes to verb 2. The past form of the verb make is made. A difference. Then we use a period here. It is not allowed to use a question mark because this is not a question. What do you know about the Deathly Hallows? Harry asked Mr. Ollivander. Okay, now Harry asked Mr. Ollivander what, this is the link, because this is the WH question. Okay, we use the same WH word, what. Then we move to use the subject, he. Okay, what do here the subject is you. Harry was talking or was asking Ollivander, or asked Ollivander, okay? He said you to Ollivander. But now we are reporting what Harry asked Ollivander. Because Ollivander is not here, we use the pronoun he. Harry asked he, okay? What he, this is the subject. And here you can notice that the tense is do know. Do know as a present simple. Let's ignore do, okay, and focus on the verb know. Know is verb 1. It changes to knew about the Deathly Hallows. This is for today. This is what we have. Let's practice in using our own boxes. Okay, here we go. This is a quick revision. So we report statements for the previous time. We report statements. In this way we report statements, and I told you that we use or we report okay, let's move back to reporting questions. Look at this exercise. Rewrite the sentences in reported speech. This is a homework because this question relates to the previous episode, okay? But let's just do the second one. Let's solve the second one. The second and the third one. I work in my parents' shop every weekend. Lisa told me. Now Lisa told me what? The speaker is Lisa, and here we have the pronoun I. So the pronoun I changed to what? To she or he. But because here the doer is female, Lisa, we use the pronoun she. Lisa told me that, and that is an optional one. She work is a present simple tense. It is a verb 1. It goes to the second form, present simple, to the past simple. So work becomes she worked with ed. My, okay, it depends on the speaker because my is a pronoun. It might be his or her, but here we are talking about others. Let's move to the next one. Reporting questions. And here we have the same, okay? The rule. When we report questions, we use the word order of a statement. So we form the question, we reform the question as a statement, okay? And when we report the question that gives yes or no question, we use if. Look here, we use if or whether. For example, have you had a lot of success? He asked me. We start with if or whether. Then, as I told you, the subject, if I have, becomes to had, because has is the present form. It goes one step backward. It changes to had. Have had changes to had. Present perfect changed to past perfect. Have had to had changed to had a lot of success. Okay, and let's move to the second point. Let's now move to the second part. Okay, give me the chance here. Okay, look here now. Okay, when you will write the article, now here we are discussing the WH questions. Okay, when we report a question with the WH question or with the question word, we repeat the same word as we explained. When will you write the article? She asked me this part of the sentence opposite. Now the question here wants you to write the original questions. So these questions are reported, and you have to rewrite these questions in the original question to the original question. Now he asked me where I was from. This is a reported question. The original one is where are you from? Because the WH word here is where. This is then the auxiliary is are, because it is reported here as where. Was and were is the past form of the verb am is are. You know this. Where are you from? Because he is talking with me. Try to just to do one or two of those two sentences and move to your workbook. Give me the chance just to erase. Now here you have to take the items that usually change in report speech. Now in the report speech, do we change the verbs? If yes, tick here. If no, cross. Personal and possessive adjectives, time expressions, and demonstrative adjectives. Yes, tick. No, cross. The auxiliary verb can, may, must, and have to could be changed in report speech. If yes, tick. If no, cross. The auxiliary verbs might, could, should, and ought to. Could they be reported? If yes, tick. If no, cross. Now, the second mission, the second duty, you have to rewrite the sentences in reported speech. This sentence, this sentence, this sentence, this one, and David's one, okay? Report them here. Pete said what? David said what? Report what did they say, okay? And this question concerns by our relates to our class for today. You have to rewrite the questions in reported speech. Let's do the first and second one. Have you seen the new film? Okay, don't waste your time watching films. Study hard, okay? Even though you are at your homes, study hard. You have seen, or have you seen the new film? Now Jack asked me, this is what, a WH question? Is this a WH question or not yes or no question? This is yes or no question because it starts with have, and have is an auxiliary. I start to solve the sentence by using what? If or whether. This or this. Then I use the subject, and the subject here is have you. He is talking with me, so I report by saying Jack asked me if I have seen as the tense, it becomes had seen because we report have to had, the new film, period. And make sure that you don't use the question mark here because you are forming a statement, not a question, okay? Now move to the next question. When will you launch the new magazine? Now here, first of all, we define the type of the question. This is a WH question, okay? So we use the same word, when. So we use the same word, when. Then we try to find the subject. The subject here is you, and you refers to whom? To us. So Katie asked us when we, not you, because she is talking with us, okay? When we, the tense here is will launch, okay? And will change to would, when she would launch the new magazine. That's it for today. But before we leave, I want to remind you with something. Look here. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop me. Okay? I am all the way up. Okay? Until we reach our goals, until we master the language, nothing can stop us. Thank you for being here. It was a good time, and I wish you also a good time. Enjoy your time while you're watching my video. Thank you.